Carbon monoxide news weekly recap, March 30th through April 6th, 2020. This is Bob Dwyer with the Carbon Monoxide Safety Association. Some of the news links from cosafety.blogspot.com last week include a few CO deaths, unfortunately, alerts about heroes in trouble, how the coronavirus is challenging everyone. There's unfortunate reminders of fire hazards. Worldwide air quality is in the news, as is the coronavirus pandemic. Some ask, is there a connection? And later on, we'll explore the classroom assignment, how many fires? A reminder that the ESCO group and HVAC Excellence have webinars up and running for the critical and essential HVACR professionals and students. Visit the escogroup.org right now and see what their upcoming schedule and full-time offerings are. And coming soon at this site, building pressures and carbon monoxide, but you can begin review building pressure and technologies with the Energy Conservatory, or TEC. Start off by looking at a very vintage video of the owners and founders of the Minneapolis Blower Door and the Minneapolis Blower Brothers, and view TEC introductions to measurement products. All right, let's get looking at March 30th, April 6th, 2020, carbon monoxide news. This link addresses dealing with cross-connecting emergencies. A hotel turns away guests seeking emergency home and shelter-in-place order confusion. Well, two of several displaced tenants from a carbon monoxide incident last weekend sought shelter at a hotel during a shelter-in-place order. It worked out, but extra trauma for the carbon monoxide victims. In this, Columbus Fire confirms 8 firefighters tested positive for coronavirus. 36 are symptomatic. Our heroes are in trouble. Let's respect what they do. Let's keep distancing, and let's stop the spread of coronavirus. Our heroes still have to work with our mistakes. In Buffalo Fire, 16 members of Buffalo Fire Department test positive for COVID-19. Everyday heroes in trouble. We're all in trouble when they're in trouble. Let's be safer. A shout out to Oshawa Fire Services as they enhance their safety protocols amid coronavirus pandemic. A shout out to the Oshawa Fire Services and all fire services and fire departments everywhere. Just like it says, they go into people's houses, whether it's for a carbon monoxide alarm call, a medical call, show up at a car accident, or go to a fire. We don't know what people have. We don't know whether we're entering an environment with COVID-19. Respect your fire departments and fire services. From Occupational Health and Safety, protecting firefighters from invisible hazards. And a reminder, they do this every day, whether responding to a carbon monoxide call or performing an investigation. A gas detector could save their life or the lives of nearby civilians. So it's often overlooked that after a fire, we got to make sure that there's nothing in the air. We have to make sure that there's no carbon monoxide in our homes when the fire department shows up or when the EMT shows up if we happen to call for 911 and a heart attack. So let's have low-level protection on ourselves and in our homes. That's the sound of a carbon monoxide alarm. That's the sound that you respond to. A CO alarm should be replaced if it chirps every 30 seconds. The Seattle Fire Department has received hundreds of 911 calls this year from concerned residents because of chirping carbon monoxide alarms. Get to know your alarms. Good news out of WGEM in Canton. The crews investigate a fire in Canton, and Fire Chief Joe LeCount said a smoke detector woke up a family of 3 and they got out of the home safely. Now that's good news. Check your detectors. Well, social distancing certainly has the HVAC contractors challenged, as well as all businesses are challenged, and as everyone is challenged. Safety always for heating and air conditioning, plumbers and electricians. Let's be safe when we're out there. Let's be safe when we go into homes. Emergencies, looks like that's what we're doing mostly. New construction, there's still some of that going on out there, but let's be safe. Unfortunately, the carbon monoxide news page also reports tragic events. We do this solely to bring attention to the causes of the events with the hopes of sounding the alarm of awareness so that others in these circumstances will be avoided. Carbon monoxide is a toxic gas. We're all affected. We're around combustion systems every day. We've really got to be careful. Again, let's avoid these tragic events. And this woman dies in carbon monoxide incident after stove left on in Northeast DC apartment. Don't use these gas cookers for heating. That's a warning. Ventilation is always required. Again, if you take a look at that bottom right graphic, you've got air out of your home feeding your fuel so that you can have fire to cook your food. And those are unvented combustion systems, so those exhaust gases can come right back into where you are. If you use that oven for heating and have that door open, now you have more combustion gases coming directly into your breathing space. These are very dangerous to use for heating. In this graphic, we see a test probe up in that exhaust vent sleeve, and that's where your technician would be measuring to see how much carbon monoxide is being produced by your oven. Now, there may need to be some fuel pressure adjustments to modify how much carbon monoxide is being produced and still maintain the heat that you need, but that's what your professional does. More misfortune reported from the Marion Star. Again, 2 Marion deaths believed to be from CO poisoning. Marion County Coroner Dr. Mark Davis, don't sit in a running car no matter if it's outdoors. The risk of carbon monoxide poisoning is a real thing. Go ahead and read more at Marion Star. And from the Chicago Tribune, motor mouth locking car with motor running, a problem for manufacturers to tackle? ? Good article. If you park in an attached garage and forget to turn off the engine, your home could fill with deadly carbon monoxide. There are stories reported in the carbon monoxide news from around the world that this happens, and it happens more often than we'd like to know. And out of Pensacola News Journal, 4 children pass out from carbon monoxide. We have to take responsibility as adults. We have to be smart. And let's make sure we have carbon monoxide detectors and smoke alarms. An alarm as charcoal stove misuse wipes out a family. Let's not use combustion systems inside. Worldwide, this is happening. We're doing this. It's part of our culture. It's probably maybe the only way we've ever cooked. But we have to know that there are consequences. And this comes from the Sabbath Herald Inc. Don't overlook farm shop hazards. And this report comes after reports of people being poisoned from carbon monoxide while working inside their shops. They've got combustion systems in there. And farmers and ranchers, auto mechanics, we do know that we have a lot of combustion systems that we use in our work. Let's be careful and diligent with fresh air. And importantly, let's have some measuring devices in there that alert us when the levels get threatening to our health. That little candle of remembrance or that candle of fragrance. In this case, candles left burning on a TV stand may have caused Lebanon house fire, resident says. Reported NBC16.com. The Lebanon Fire District would like to remind and caution its community on the dangers of open flame candles and how quickly fire can spread to the contents of your home if candles are placed close to flammable objects. Remember to have your smoke detectors and your carbon monoxide alarms. Well, fire is ugly, and this is an ugly and sad story. Get smoke and CO alarms. Get your carbon monoxide detectors. 6 killed in a house fire in Indiana. The fire began about 3 a.m. 4 women killed in Bronx apartment building fire. New York Police Department reported from WPIX 11 in New York. So sadly now turn around and discover your escape route if there was a fire right now. There are hundreds of fires occurring over just the United States and Canada every single day. Electric heater blamed for Orchard's shop fire, KLEW. The cause of the fire was an electric heater left too close to combustibles. Lots of fires. Let's be careful. Let's have our detectors. The stories about fires seem endless. 3 fires in 5 days. It prompts a warning. Lewiston Morning Tribune. Please test your smoke and carbon monoxide alarms and make sure they have working batteries. And also, it's not in this article, but where's your fire extinguisher? Do you know what your fire extinguisher is? Let's make sure we have them. Let's make sure they work. And how do you know if they work? Get them pressure tested. And sadly, the oldest of 6 killed in fire as he tried to save siblings. This young man did his best, and he did not survive either. And out of the sadness, air pollution drops as Europeans stay at home all over the world. The huge decline in road traffic, air travel, other business activities across Europe has led to sharp reductions in pollution over several major cities. These are stories that are coming in from all over the world. With all the worldwide reports of less pollution, brought together this student exercise. How many fires today? At the Carbon Monoxide News blog site, there's a link, world population by year, and the exercise is, think of the action fire, and then compare your birth year, or as far back as the chart goes, with the current population. How many fires are there going in the world right now? Fires spawn heat, fires spawn combustion gases. How many fires are there? And what do you think about when you think of the term fire? Well, fires include heating air and water for skin warmth. We want to be warm. Heating for cooking, heating for bathing, heating for work transportation like cars, trucks, trains, planes, boats, rockets, lorries, whatever we call them. Heating for recreation extras. Those are vehicles like four-wheelers, snowmobiles, skidoos. Heating for funeral pyres. Heating for candle ceremonies, including ambiance. Heating for melting earth minerals. Heating for burning garbage. Heating for running errands and activities. Kidding, not running errands, driving errands, and many more uses for heating. That's a lot of combustion gases in the air, collectively. The less traveling we do, we're indoors. Our outdoor air is getting clean. Let's get some fresh air. Let's make sure that our indoor air is safe. Every home should have at least one low-level carbon monoxide monitor. Let's be safe. That's the Carbon Monoxide News Weekly Recap for March 30th through April 6th, the year 2020. I'm Bob Dwyer with the Carbon Monoxide Safety Association. Visit cosafety.blogspot.com every day. And a reminder, for the webinars by the ESCO Group and HVAC Excellence, visit escogroup.org. And remember, every day is a carbon monoxide safety day.